What up? What up? What up? What is going on, beautiful people? It is your favorite. You can have a favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Illness, with another episode of A Narcissist Explains live at 9:05 p.m. Today's episode is going to be about how narcissistic people, toxic people, can manipulate themselves or trick themselves so they don't have to take accountability. This is a prime example of how a lot of narcissists and toxic people avoid accountability, avoid blame deflection on steroids in a workout plan in a MyFitnessPal app. This is what why blame deflection, what counting its calories. It is super hyped up and lean. You know, that's what this is right here, because it really is mental gymnastics. A lot of people ask me, do narcissists have regret? Do they feel remorse or anything like that? Like, Lee, tell me. And I tell them, I'm like, look, a lot of narcissistic people, toxic people, can feel remorse and regret. And they actually feel bad for what they have done to you. And they know that they have done you wrong. But inside the mind of a lot of narcissistic people, it really is just like they do these mental gymnastics, right? It'd be like, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for what I did. Oh my goodness, I hate that I did this. I regret that I did this. I feel a little bit of remorse. But then the mind starts to do like somersaults and cartwheels and things like that, right? And then it automatically starts to think like, you know what? I wouldn't have yelled at you if you wouldn't have if you wouldn't have said that to me. I wouldn't have cheated on you if you would have did everything that I wanted you to do and need you to do. I wouldn't have done this if you wouldn't have done that. So really, it is your fault. It's not my fault. So I don't have to be accountable. You see it right there, how that works right there? That's the mindset of it right there. That's the dynamics and whatnot. But that's how it goes right there, y'all. That's part of the dynamic of dealing with narcissistic people. Like, the mental gymnastics are absolutely 100% real. Like, they will manipulate themselves in order to avoid being accountable, in order to, because accountability. What is it? So type in the comment section, what does accountability mean to a narcissist? What is it? What does it bring? What does it bring on for a narcissist or a toxic person? What does accountability bring it on? 3, 2, 1. Shame. Accountability brings on the shame and whatnot. What's going on, Nikki? Accountability brings on shame. And most narcissists, toxic people, whoever, want to avoid shame at all costs, like literally all costs. Literally. So that's what happens right there, y'all. That's the part of the space, and that's how it goes. That's the mindset of it all right there. So I tell people, like, narcissistic people will manipulate themselves into finding a way to blame you in order to avoid shame. As I tell people, I just like, if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, do they feel bad for what they've done? Sometimes. And if they do feel bad, it's at the beginning of when they committed the crime or the transgression against you or whatever. That's when they feel bad. That's when they feel the most bad, because the more time that goes by, the less accountable that they will feel. As time increases, accountability decreases. As time goes up, accountability goes down. That's why you get a lot of narcissistic people who will manipulate themselves. Just like, sometimes they'll stare off into the distance, and they need time to manipulate you. They need time to manipulate themselves. And let me say it right here, Al. While they are in the process of like manipulating you in real time, sometimes they are coming up with that type of stuff off the fly. So they are manipulating themselves in real time. Live TV. You know how Hulu how Hulu has live sports? It's just like that. What's up with narcissistic people? Like, on live, I get caught. I didn't anticipate on getting caught. But you confront me with the proof. I'm like, oh damn, what can I say? I might pause for a minute. It's kind of like I call it the narcissistic glitch. They like glitch. Like you catch them, right? You catch them in the act, and then they glitch. You're like, Oh, I did this because of it right there. You know, they glitch because their mind is trying to catch up with their body or their mouth. So they glitch like, I did what? I didn't do that. You did that. You know, I didn't do that. It's your fault. In the end of the day, it really is your fault. And they just keep, they'll it's kind of like they be logging in, like they be logging in and out of their consciousness. You know what I mean? Why they talking? Why they're face to face with you? Like seriously, they literally. I know it's ignorant, y'all, but I know some of y'all will get that. Some of y'all that have dealt with narcissistic people, that happens to you right there. You'll see them glitch or they'll stare off into the. Everybody's glitch ain't gonna be like. Some of their glitches will be like staring. They'll stare into your soul. You know what I mean? They'll just like, like the vampires try to put you in a trance. Like, you know how on the movies, like they'll zoom in on somebody's eye, and the eye will be like a damn like one of those little black and white swirl like whirlpools to try to hypnotize you. That's what they'll be doing. They'll try to stare at you and try to reprogram you. Like maybe I can connect. Maybe I can mind meld right here, and they'll make stuff up off the fly, y'all. You know, that's what they do. That's what I'm telling you. Like when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, the best, like, of course, in order to hold a narcissist accountable, you have to have some type of leverage on them. I know that's what people are going to ask. Well, Lee, how do narcissists, how to hold them accountable? How do we hold them accountable if they glitch like that? You have to have some type of leverage. Otherwise, you're just revealing your proof to them. You're just revealing your evidence or where your source. If you got a confidential informant in that narcissistic person's circle, then they might be doing things like that. So if you're dealing in this space, you have to have some type of leverage. And typically the leverage is access to you or exposure or something like that. Then you have to have something that they are afraid of or something to move them. When I mean leverage, leverage is what it takes for a little person to move a big rock. So a little person can move a big rock if you put a stick in the right place. So whatever your leverage is, you have to have that leverage in order to hold them accountable, or they'll just lay out. And the crazy about it is the stuff that narcissistic people manipulate themselves with, they don't really believe it. They don't really believe it. The fantastical, wild, the fantastical, out of this world mind, that type of stupid stuff right there. They don't believe that stuff. I slipped and fell into the buns. And you knew I got it bad. I have a rupture. I ruptured my Achilles tendon when I was playing basketball in high school. So if I take too many steps, I fall forward. And it just so happens I was in her bedroom and my old Achilles injury flared up and I fell forward and she just happened to be laying down and I fell between her legs. So what? It's crazy. I can't help it. I wish I had a 100% Achilles. I can't help that I was trying to dunk in high school. I can't help that, but it's always something like that. Like they will manipulate themselves or come up with the most, like I said, the mental gymnastics are crazy. Literally, the mental gymnastics are literally ridiculous. And you can hear you can see sometimes their eyes would like, how spinning, their eyes will be doing spins. Their eyes are doing cartwheels because of the mental gymnastics. Their eyes going in circles like this. That's look, their eyes are not just going in circles. That's a barrel roll. That literally is that's a roundhouse and a tuck back flip right there. They're doing the mental gymnastics in their heads to convince, like, if I believe it for a little while, they'll believe it. Maybe. Or they'll just say a lot of stupid stuff out loud, y'all, in order to, they'll say a lot of stupid, ignorant stuff to just try to convince you and try to trick you, or to just overwhelm you. This is where the where the word salad comes from. This is where the word salad comes into play. They will just start throwing words at the wall, hoping something sticks. They'll just keep throwing words at you. Here's more words. Here's a word. Here's a caprese word salad with a little gaslighting dressing on it for you. Because that's part of it right there. Some of them, like, and the greater the stuff that they get away with, the better they feel. That's the manipulation right there. Like the greater they get away with it, the more fantastical BS that you believe, the better they feel. Yeah, imagine how a person feels if you catch them red-handed. Like you got them dead to rights. You got screenshots, you got video footage, You have pretty much you have a like you pretty much had somebody wearing a wire that caught them in an act, and you got a signed confession. You got them saying they did it, right? But somehow they convince you for you to give them all your evidence, and they destroy it. They feel great. They feel great about that. You can't prove it now, can you? It's my word versus your word. Boo. You see, that's what happens right there, y'all. So they will manipulate themselves into try to avoid accountability because they don't want to deal with the shame. They will trick themselves into believing something for a little while. Yeah, they know that. Yeah, they know that they're lying to you. They know that they're coming up with some BS to try to fool you, to try to trick you. They know this. But the goal is to just get you to believe it or to get you to buy into it for a little while, and then they got you. Then they got you wrapped around the little fingers. That's how it goes right there. That's the bits and pieces. That's the spaces that a lot of people fall into right there. No shame is their game. Yeah. So they'll in the main section. I'll take a couple questions. Y'all forgot to hop over here and whatnot. My goodness, my ex told me he couldn't have kids for medical issues. Lies. Oh, they be lying. They be lying. They be lying. The lies are just outrageous. The lies are outrageous. Francis, what's going on, girl? How you doing? Most of their excuses make no logical sense, but they will try to make you think you're losing your mind. Yeah. The logic. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make logical sense, the stuff that they be saying. And they know it doesn't make sense, y'all. But if they can put enough lies together, they can hope it's kind of like, putting up a what is it saying? Like, what's a good example? It's kind of just putting up something that's going to break, y'all. It's like a temporary footing, temporary base and whatnot. Shay, what's going on? Do you think a narc can change after they cheat? Most of them don't change, y'all. I'm gonna keep it hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza. Most of them do not change, especially if they cheat and you take them back. Then hell no, they're not gonna change. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry for cheating on you. Then you take them back. They might convince you that they're sorry because they're crying. Look, they're crying. They're hitting themselves. They're banging themselves. Look, they're trying to strangle. Look, they're trying to strangle themselves with a charger cable. I'll hurt you. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I'm gonna choke myself with this damn neon cable because I don't deserve to live. I did that to you. And you gonna stop me? You're not gonna stop me. You don't give a damn about me, do you? They will put on a good show to make it believable. Just like, oh, they started crying, Lee. So I when they started crying, I've never seen them cry before. Ask yourself, what are they crying about, y'all? Who are they crying for? Who are they crying for? They're not crying because they hurt you. They're crying because they got caught. They're crying because their life is about to be upended. So that's where the tears are coming from. Like, it's not really like the tears are not really tears. So the next time if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, right, and they start crying in front of you, get like one of those little eyedroppers, like suck up a tear, right, and look at it underneath a microscope. Suck up a narcissist tear, put it on like a little slide, and put it underneath a microscope to see what it looks like. To see if it's really like, salt water, whatever tears are made out of. Like, because most of the time it's gonna be like Sprite. They be crying Sprite, or what's the new drink? Starry. It's Starry. You're like, this doesn't have the chemical makeup of a tear. This is caffeine-free Sprite. You see what I'm saying? It ain't even real. I know Sprite is real, I know that. But that's how it is, y'all. Suck up a tear and put it on a little microscope slide and see what you come up with, because it's not real tears. Or if you don't have the little eyedropper to suck it up, just dip your finger in it, y'all. You can do the finger test. If their tears quench your thirst, it's not a real tear. You see what I'm saying? It's something, if you're thirsty and their tears make you less thirsty, it's not a real tear. It's Sprite. It's something, it's not real, it's not coming from the tear duct. I'll say that. But yeah, that started ain't no tear. My foot itchy. I want to walk on hot sand and burning coals. Oh Lord. Handle that, y'all. But anyways, y'all, I need to hop off this thing, y'all. Y'all hear my son in the background. I hop over here with him. I'll be live. We'll be live again tomorrow night with the show and whatnot. So tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're back on here again, y'all. Again. So see y'all tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. As always, mental illness. Yeah, go get your eyedropper and test those Sprite or Starry Tears. Margaret, what's going on, girl? He said, I caught him cheating. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't think you were hurt. Oh, see, I didn't think you were hurt this bad. Shout out to Margaret. Be safe. Take care of yourself, y'all. I'm out.